Hey guys, so this is gonna be my first attempt at a soft spoken video. Kind of looking nervous, looking scared, but yeah. Just because I consume a lot of soft spoken content myself, I'm not really much of like a whisper. I think whispers don't really relax me. I like that unintentional or like just like, I don't know, soft spoken, because that's how I like first experienced ASMR. Was when, like, there's been like several times throughout my childhood. One moment that sticks with me fully was I think I was at like a summer camp, and I remember it was like the part of the summer camp that was like specifically for like baking and like we were like decorating cakes and cookies. I remember that part because it was like it was more of a summer school than like a summer camp, but yeah. And I was sitting across from this girl, and she was just so like, she like naturally had such a soft spoken voice. And I remember she was just talking about where she was from, because we were like talking about like, oh, like I'm not from our current state, like, and she wasn't either. So we were talking about our home states, and she was just, oh my gosh, it was so relaxing. She was just like icing her cake, and like she was just so like soft and delicate with it, and she was just like rambling, and I was like, I'm about to fall asleep. And I remember like that's the first time I ever got tingles, and I knew they weren't like called tingles at that point. Like, they probably were, but I just wasn't aware of that. And so I just remember being like super relaxed by her and just her energy, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to fall asleep. And then other times it's usually happened at like the doctor's offices. Oddly enough, usually by like phlebotomists, like the people who draw blood. From what I've experienced, they've always, like, majority, not always, but a lot of the times, they have just been so naturally soft spoken and really like calming presence and calming energy. So I've always liked being around them. So yeah, that has like kind of like unintentionally how I got into ASMR. It's like I've been experiencing ASMR almost my entire life, like very early on. Like 5 or 6 is the first time I remember like really like experiencing like the tingles of it. So that's, I just really enjoyed it since then. Yeah, and then later on, back in like, let me see when she uploaded this actually. Let me see. Alright, sorry guys, let me see when she uploaded this, because I remember, oops. I remember being so relaxed by it. But my very first ASMR video that I ever discovered was by Venus Angelic, and she I don't know, so okay, I got into her and I first discovered ASMR because I was unsupervised as a child. And so they just kind of like, I was left like unsupervised online as a child, because yeah, that's just not something I was around. Like, it wasn't, like, yeah. Okay. And so, ever since then, since I got into, like, toddlers and tiaras, because I grew up with a lot of reality television in my life. A lot of, like, the people I was surrounded by love reality television, so, like, I hence got into it afterwards. And so, I don't know, ever since then I was kind of obsessed with it. And so, anyways, I checked, and she uploaded her first ASMR video 11 years ago. Probably gonna be 12 years, because it's the very beginning of the year. But yeah, and so I got into toddlers and tiaras, because I was raised by television. Almost, no, not really, but, so, like, Jersey Shore, Real Housewives of New Jersey, Real Housewives of New York, Say Yes to the Dress, Toddlers and Tiaras, Honey Boo Boo, all of those are, like, things that I've been really surrounded by, from a very young age. And so, I don't know, I guess it just, like, didn't occur to me that was odd or unusual. And so I would, like, watch them on YouTube and just be really, and then, like, I would be, like, really into them, and then other things would, like, pop up being like, oh, like, Barcroft TV, when it was still called Barcroft TV. I don't know what it's called now. I think I feel like saying Truly, but I don't think that's right. But yeah. I lost my train of thought, guys. Sorry. This is what happens when I just do, like, I wanted to do, like, a ramble video. And rambly it is indeed, because I've got on, like, 3 different subjects. I'm all over the place, so my apologies. But, yeah, I'm just trying something new. So I got into that, and then that's how I got, like, accidentally into, like, living dolls, and, like, Venus Angelic was one of them, and there was, like, a few others. There was a lot of them were, like, Eastern European, and there was this one, I think she was from Russia, and she was so beautiful, like, the biggest eyes, and, like, really, like, chunky, like, highlights in her hair. She literally, like, she looked like a real life anime character. And yeah, and so that's how I kind of got into it. And then I saw that Venus Angelic had a YouTube channel, and I just remember scrolling and, like, kind of checking it out, and I saw that she, like, I saw this thing, and I was, like, so foreign. I was like, what is ASMR? Like, what goes on there? What's going on with that? And so I was, like, just checking it out, and her whisper, and she's, like, was whispering, and I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting, a little relaxing. I'm kind of digging this. And so ever since then, I just haven't stopped, because after that I, like, was like, what is this? Like, did she just make this up, or is this a real thing? And so I just remember, like, YouTube searching, I wanted to say Googling, but that's not what that is. I just remember looking up on YouTube, like, ASMR, and I saw so many people were doing it. And so at this point, like, gentle whispering, I got into her. Whisper is Red. She might have been, like the first or second one. And so, But since I've been watching it for almost 12 years, over a decade, there's been times where like I have not been able to like fall asleep without it. But for over a decade, I have been a loyal follower. Sorry, my cat just got up from her nap. She looks really cute. Of ASMR. So, yeah, I don't know. It's been a long ride. And so I have just really enjoyed it. And over the years, like, I've figured like what my tastes are and like what my speed is. So I really like soft spoken, kind of unintentional, but sometimes unintentional is a little loud. I don't know, like true unintentional. Not a huge fan of role plays. I used to be when I was little, like younger. I like the school nurse role play, like when they would do like lice checks. I love a hairbrushing video. My favorite hairbrushing video of all time was from, and it's no longer up, and I'm so devastated by it. And like honestly, like at like certain points, I was like, should I just like DM her? I was like, girl, I would pay for a copy of that video if you email it to me. But it was by Nina Unrated, and it was like she did like a hairbrushing video, and it was so good. And I remember getting like crazy tingles from that. Like that was my go-to for the longest time. And I don't think that video is up anymore. And it's just something I'm pretty sad about. So yeah, that was yeah. Recently I've been like into lo-fi. And when I say recently, it's been like the past like 3 years I've been into lo-fi. It sounds the most organic. It just kind of creates like a chill. Like I like how casual it is, and that's kind of why I do lo-fi. Also, I'm lazy. No, not really. But yeah, and so it's soft spoken. Whispers aren't really my thing. Like I like to whisper, and I appreciate like the art of like the whisper channels, but what gets my gears going is a good old soft spoken. And so I mentioned this in my last video, I'm pretty sure, but I recently watched a video by Ethel Kane on like her ASMR journey, and then she mentioned her like favorite ASMR artist, and she did it in soft spoken, and I loved that video. And then that's when I like realized like she and I have a lot of the same taste. So it was after that I like went and I checked out a lot of her like recommendations and stuff. So that was pretty fun. I forgot his name already, but she mentioned at one point it was this guy who believes the earth is a dome, or the earth is covered by a dome. And so he like used to like do like short like videos, and I found a compilation of his videos on like a third party channel, and like he also has his own that like are individually sliced up, but yeah, he's uber relaxing. I used to listen to her like at work all the time. She was so relaxing. She would I still listen to her quite a bit. Is Hecata Hysteria. She is so good. So I want to say, I don't know if this is right, but like 8 to 10 years ago she did a video, and it was like makeup for my friend, and it was just like a good old soft spoken video. It was super lo-fi, and it was just like a teenage girl in her bedroom. And I was like, yeah, this is relaxing AF. And I could not like. And then later, there, I forgot what it was, but I think it was like either a what's in my bag or a Q&A video from her. And so I like clicked on it and I was like, oh no, I know her, like this looks familiar. And her voice was so relaxing. And ever since then I've been a loyal fan. She has a crochet business. She's very talented. She's based out in Philadelphia. And so yeah, I really enjoy her. So her name is Hecate Asteria. Who else have I been listening to? Let me search this up. Let me do my research. Oh my gosh, no, I remember. Okay. Ready? Relaxing ASMR with Lisa. She's this like lovely Australian woman. She does do some role plays. I like her role plays, even though I just said I'm not a big fan of them, but also just like her casual ones. She does like really awesome, just lovely, like soft spoken, kind of lo-fi, kind of just creates a very comforting environment, comforting vibe. So that's something I quite enjoy. I like educational ASMR. So as far as like educational, I like Jessa Lynn ASMR. She does a lot of soft spoken. She's very nice. Like she does like Russian history and like the art of ancient Afghanistan. A lot of really lovely stuff. Remy ASMR. I have been a viewer of hers for a while now, probably like a year, maybe a year and a half. A lot of like awesome lo-fi soft, like I got like into her because she did a like ramble in her car, and I was like, this is the most relaxing thing ever, because you could hear like some nature sounds as well as just like her relaxing voice naturally. So Remy ASMR is somebody I also quite enjoy. I still go back to my OGs. ASMR X Babe. She doesn't really like do a lot of soft spoken, but when she does, it's a real treat for me. I also find myself going back to her. Recently I've been to a lot of like old school ASMR. Like Queen of Serene ASMR. She just does like really like casual lo-fi. She's kind of what got me like interested and like almost inspired me. And so I like her. Who else am I digging? Very much so. Southern Sounds ASMR. I have been a long time viewer of her for like 5 years now, maybe longer. She knocks me out every time. Especially when she was like still like regularly doing, maybe she still does, I don't know. I don't really like go back to them very often anymore. I go back to like her like ramble videos a lot. Or like sometimes her hauls. I like hers. But when she was doing like walkthroughs and like organizations, especially like the Dollar Tree, those were awesome. Who else? Goodnight Moon. I've been a long time fan of Goodnight Moon. She is just always like, she just puts so much effort and like really cares. Not that anybody else, like everybody puts an effort and everybody cares, but her backdrops and her setups are just so lovely and so nice. Misty Maps. She does a lot of soft-spoken, casual. I like her. I like her a lot. Who else have I been regularly listening to? I've been going back to ASMR requests. Especially like her Thrifty Thursday series. I was quite a fan of that as a kid. And I still am. I'm like scrolling through to see people I recognize. Oh my gosh, natural ASMR. And once again, hitting for educational ASMR, she really does. She like does like a lot of like soft spoken reading, you know, like reading of like informational, reading of stories, just super calm, like naturally relaxing, as in natural ASMR. Yeah, no, lovely. I really like hers. Oh my gosh, Trisha Paytas ASMR, longtime viewer. Trisha Paytas ASMR. Always been a fan. Even when she was like posting on her main channel before she started like taking it seriously and made a whole channel dedicated to it. When she was just like being casual about it. I loved it and I really enjoyed it. So yeah. And like now that she started her own channel, I really enjoy it as well. I don't tend to listen to a lot of male ASMR, because I don't know if I've ever gotten ASMR from a man before. Yeah. I don't know. Nothing against the male ASMR artists. I think you all are all very talented, and I think your concepts are very interesting, but I don't know. It's just kind of like a personal thing, and I know that like there's a lot of people that are vice versa, so which is a shame because I'm pretty sure I'm missing out, and I know I am not even a pretty sure on a lot of really good content. Another one is Spooky Ann ASMR. She no longer posts on YouTube, which is kind of a shame because I really actually that's a lie. She's literally posting, like she posted an hour ago. I'm thinking of somebody else. Anyways, ignore me. But Spooky Ann, she does a lot of soft-spoken true crime. I quite like her videos. Okay, no, I wasn't wrong. She recently took a break and she just came back this week. Okay, I just psyched myself out for nothing. Just do a little bit more research next time. LOL. So, yeah, but other than that, these are just kind of... Oh, Irina Raven ASMR. I like her personality a lot. She has a really fun personality. She mixes humor into it. I know, she's great. Mom ASMR is another one. I got started on like her like explaining and like charting different wines. So I got like started on her, and I was really enjoying that. Callie's Tea Talk. Oh my gosh, she does ASMR gossip about celebrities. It's perfect for me because I like to hear about what's going on in pop culture, but I also like to relax and love a good whisper and love a good soft spoken. So yeah, but these are just... Oh, so Fizz ASMR. She's awesome. Great. She's so relaxing. But yeah, that is just kind of my overall ASMR journey and favorites and things I've been enjoying recently. This was originally supposed to be a different video, but I don't know. I felt more drawn to doing this instead. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think about my ASMR. Soft spoken. Yeah, more videos to come. Thank you.